Welcome to this next episode of YouTube, where we'd like to thank the Working for Wolves crew for a great weekend of giving up their time, their energy, their resources to help make our wolves' lives better. And the projects that we did included draining the pond for the winter. That is one of the things that is necessary here in northern Minnesota. You can see here with bolts, we've got a little ice on the starting to form on the pond, and so we drain it. The wolves still have waterers. They have 2 heated waterers in the exhibit pack, and then Shadow and Malik have one, and Grizzer has a heated waterer as well. But it was that time of the year. We also tried to make a few arrangements for a little bit more protection, obviously for Luna, rolling some rocks over so that we could have a little bit more straw capabilities under the eaves next to the building. The dens were checked over for any kind of hazards. New straw was placed in the dens, and certainly it was a great opportunity for the wolves to sniff when they came back out, to check out where everybody had been. And we always appreciate people, again, coming to northern Minnesota to help us out in these enclosure projects, and it's always hard work. We did some burning as well to get the fuels reduction down. We also did some removal of some branches and things that might be tripping Luna up, and Luna does like to run and race around the pen, so the crew did a great job of hauling out branches after branches after branches, truckloads and wheelbarrow loads, to be able to make sure that Luna has a pretty easy place to maneuver and reduce the hazards. We also took out some of these burdock, some of these plants that had some seed source and some burrs in them, so that we don't have to be picking burrs out of Luna and bolts, and that's a real good thing for them as well as a good thing for us. So again, we really want to thank people who offer their time and effort to come and participate in the program. And again, the program is a fee program, and I think the question was raised this weekend. People are amazed that you pay to work. Well, the reality is Wolf Care Programming, again, needs to be able to sustain the pups beyond the cute stage, and so we want to make sure that people can appreciate all that goes into working with captive wolves, and especially captive wolves like Luna, who's given us many challenges. And so Luna's doing good. We are continuing to really kind of watch how she maneuvers, how stable she is. Wanted to make sure that, again, that she's not feeling the effects of this colder weather that's coming in. And we do still see her extremely active. And as I said, I tried to get some howling footage, but unfortunately, when wolves howl, this is what Luna does. So the pack howls, she gets all excited, starts to do a whine and does a little bit of a rally, and almost howls. Then just decides to go and toss some hide. So we'll keep working on it. She's got a puppy howl, so does Bolts, and we expect that to mature as they get older. So they have a good time with the hide. And we did put on a moose hide that we'd gotten from the local conservation officer after the moose hunt, and had a little fun with that on Friday night. But as we said, we're monitoring her. She's doing good. We will continue to monitor if we feel that back right leg is giving her a little bit more grief, and we find some more definitive ideas of what's going on there. She's our first priority to take care of. And Grizzer, as we said, he's a hard wolf to film because he always wants to be with the Wolf Care staff. We thought we were going to get a little howl from him, and Shadow had stimulated this howl, got a little bit excited, but no howl today. And like I said, we did a little bit of work in Grizz's enclosure, trying to reduce some of the debris in that enclosure as well. So Shadow and Malik, they are doing great. We have got a full winter coat on these two, and this is a little bit of the moose scraps that came with that moose hide. Again, the hunting season yields a lot of scraps for us, and as deer hunting open this weekend, we'll start to see more scraps come in. But it's a good thing for these guys, and it's different. Moose is something that they don't get very often, so they often scent roll around it and scent mark around it. But Shadow took the opportunity to kind of feed on it, and so that's a little unusual for Shadow to feed right away when we bring something in. Usually he's a little bit more reserved in feeding in front of staff and people, but he thought it was pretty worth taking a look at, and actually does feed on it in a later clip here. So that's and in their enclosure we did really just basically get some straw and a little more gravel over some of the ground wire that was exposed, but not too much work for these guys. When we were working in Shadow Malik's pen, we actually moved them into Grizzer's front half of the pen, put Grizzer in the back, and that was real stimulating for Shadow Malik to go over and sniff kind of where Grizzer has been. And obviously when Grizzer came back, he had not only the exhibit pack, who was in there prior to Shadow Malik, to smell, but all the people that had been in there as well. So it was a good opportunity for Grizzer to get some sensory abilities or sensory stimulus. So as I said, Shadow eventually ate the moose hide, or the moose meat, and found it to be pretty palatable. So that's a short clip this week. Again, we've been busy all weekend working, and we are ready for winter. So prior to this weekend, we were not quite ready for snowfall. If we would have had snow, we would have had lots of surprises for the snowblower. Managed to get all the gravel hauled that was frozen solid. But again, thanks to the crew, it was a tremendous effort that the crew did to be able to give to the wolves a safe place to be able to live. So that's not the only way that you can donate for the Crew Working for Wolves program. I just want to remind everyone that November 15th is Give to the Max Day. This is a special statewide one-day online giving campaign to raise money for Minnesota nonprofits. You can just go to our homepage, click on the Give Minnesota icon to make your secure donation. And this is big. This is big for the Wolves. It's big for the center. It's big for all nonprofits. All gifts up to $20,000 will be matched dollar for dollar. Giving starts at midnight Central Standard Time on November 15th. We could really use your help, so please show your support for the Wolves and the International Wolf Center on November 15th. That's it. Thanks for watching.